Hey YouTube, come on into my world, Steffi's world, and you're tuned in to part 2 of my review and recap of P-Valley episode 9 season 2. And it was appropriately titled Snow, which it could have easily been Snow in Mississippi because a lot was going on in Chucalissa in the last episode. We are one episode away from the end of season 2. The finale is coming up this Sunday, and you know it's a lot when last week's episode ended with to be continued. To be continued. So where I left off with my last recap, and I would tell you right now, is spoilers. So if you hadn't seen it, you definitely don't want to listen to this. But where I left off was the fight was going down in the Pank, and Lil Murda was throwing bulbs. And I was saying how Miss Mississippi was cowered down on the floor covering her head like she always does. She can't stand fighting arguments, that sort of thing. She has PTSD, and it's due to her being in the abusive relationship that she's in with Derek. But Diamond saves her, and he pulls her out and get her away from danger. He gets her in the hallway, and she kisses him. And he doesn't stop that kiss soon enough, and Big Bone sees them in a mirror. And finally, it's like he comes and he says Keyshawn, and he walks away from her. And Big Bone is just looking, and I'm telling you right now, it's not good because she's not happy. And Little Murder is with Uncle Clifford. He gets him out of the way. Tina Snow, they got her to safety, and Little Murder is hot. And he pretty much said if the Chiefs keep it up, he'll take another one of theirs. And Uncle Clifford asks him, was that what happened that night when he showed up at the house? And he said, not that time. So he's hot. She's trying to calm him down. And like I say, it's just a mess of a night. I know it gives him all the feels of murder night. But like he said, just to disrespect, to sit up there and rush the stage like that while he was performing. He is so mad. And as he throws or kicks something over, a box falls over. Uncle Clifford finds the oxy that Big L has been dealing with in his business and some drugs. And she goes in there, he's sitting back laughing it up with Duffy, and she goes off. She was like, I told you I did not want any part of this plug life. And he's trying to tell her it ain't like that. And he just holding it. She was like, I've seen it ruin too many neighborhoods. I don't want this. And they get into it, and they have words to the point where she ends up firing him. And he pretty much was like, all what I done for you. And she went ahead and said that he was fired after he said that if Haley was dead, she couldn't sell. And I think that was just the end. And she was pretty much like, and you could tell when he walked out the door, she said Big L. She didn't want to do it, but she felt like she had to. Because like I said, she said, I wanted no part of this. Andre and Haley come in the door of the campaign/home, and they kissing, about to get hot and heavy, and a light comes on. Andre's wife is sitting in the chair, looking not too happy, talking about, is that your campaign manager? And I'm looking at her like, girl, you just saw that. Andre walked in on a whole heck of a lot worse than what you were doing. And what are you doing here? You didn't support him running for mayor. Why are you here now? So Haley just kind of looked like, Uncle Clifford, Big L also told Uncle Clifford too that you a bitch getting played by another bitch. Like I said, he was very hot when before he walked out of there, and some things were said. And Mercedes and Lil Murda have a nice conversation. She finds him sitting in the Paradise room, and he just like, they got his nerves bad, and he's listening to some of his music. And he asked her why she wasn't up there dancing, and she was like, you can't dance when you still falling. And he talked to her, and he even let her listen to something. The hospital calls Uncle Clifford I don't know if it's just me or what your thoughts were, but I don't know what's to the call. Like, is grandmother gone or what? So I don't know because it just kind of like fade out. And Pico's baby mama is there and she's outside almost stressed out enough to have that baby. And she was like, just as sure as she could feel that baby, she knows that Little Murder killed Pico. 30 rounds was in him. Little Murder lit him up. But she is just like, she knows it. And Big Bone is sitting out there in the midst of all of that on her bike, glaring over there at everything. And she snapped a picture of her holding Montavious ring. But Diamond was sleeping. And I'm telling you right now, she's going to try to kill him or Keyshawn. She's obsessive. They hadn't even been dealing that long for her to be like this about him. And just the fact that she has that ring, and I'm thinking that she thinks that he killed her. But then again, she has been ear hustling pretty hard up in the paint. So maybe by now she has it figured out. But she is a mess. But she's just sitting over there on that bike looking and plotting. There is nothing worse than a woman scorn. And Miss Mississippi is getting the last of her stuff. And Uncle Clifford walks in and was like, you wasn't even going to tell me bye. Because she had wrote on the mirror, Sisters Forever. And they have a conversation, and Uncle Clifford tells her he never want to see her pretty face around there ever again. And she hugs her. It's almost emotional and sad. And she says, sister for life. And she told her she wanted her to fly away from here. And second chances are just as rare as snow in Mississippi. And Miss Mississippi leaves out, and Uncle Clifford sits at the vanity. And it's like the weight of the world. And she breaks, and it goes off with to be continued. This episode had you on a roller coaster ride. It's a lot of loose ends that they got to tie up, and I think some things are going to have to carry over. I had heard that it's been renewed, but I haven't seen it anywhere else, so we're going to put it out in the atmosphere that we hope that it's a season 3, because some of this stuff going to have to be cleared up. And number 1 is, does grandmother live or does she die? Does she make it? Who's going to be the mayor of Chucalissa? I'm thinking Andre is a shoo-in, but I don't know. I've seen the trailer to 10, and like I said, I still have questions because on that trailer, Keyshawn is screaming about something, and I hope that Derek has not done something to the babies, because I got a feeling Big Bone, if she's not going to kill her and Diamond, she's going to get to Derek and tell him the plan, because she's just that vindictive and evil to do that. So that's where I'd see that going. It's gonna be an all-out war, I think, with the Chief Our Chiefs and Little Murder, because like I said, it keeps circling around. I don't know how it's circulating around that it was him, but it's out there. So he needs to get on the road ASAP with Tina Snow and get the heck out of Dodge, but he ain't wanting to run. He ain't gonna run because, like I said, he is very pissed and he ain't done with them, and they not done with him. I'm hoping that Haley is not pregnant. Like I said, that was so dang obvious, and especially not with no twins. No, and just no. What else? I don't know what to say about Patrice Woodbine. She'll do something else, however this plays out. I don't think Mercedes is going to want anything to do with Maine. I don't. And with him throwing the first punch and being all up in this, and you want an ankle monitor, I think he's headed back anyway. That, or either he gonna wind up dead. What else? Like I said, it was so much crap. I don't know about Corbin. I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all. Even where Uncle Clifford is concerned, I don't trust him. So, like I said, I just don't know. So that's some things to ponder on and to think about. But one more episode, the finale, and then Raising Kanan comes on the same night. So it's gonna be a packed night for Stars. So like I said, I wanted to come on and get my part 2 out. I didn't the last time. Life gets in the way. So I said, let me come back on here tonight and do my part 2. And I'm just trying to think, did I miss anything? I think Big Gail is done. I don't think they're going to be able to bounce back. I do think Duffy is going to meet his demise. Messing around with Rula ain't good. They're getting ready to pimp Toy. She's going to have to work that off and then some. And no, I think I covered it. If you like what you heard, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I do come on here. The next thing I'm going to review is I found, I believe it's Run the World on Stars. It wasn't talked about, and it's about 4 black women, pretty much a sisterhood set in New York. And I found and I jotted down some couple things. So I think that's the next thing that I'm going to review and talk about. But if you like what you heard, come back. I always close whatever I'm doing online with, till the next time, love one another. Peace.